Hey, everyone. Welcome back to my YouTube channel, If you're a coin enthusiast or just someone who loves finding out about rare treasures hiding in your pocket change, then you're in the right place today. We've got something really interesting for you. I'm about to tell you about a particular penny, the 2009 D1 cent coin, that's worth far more than its face value. In fact, this coin has a mind-blowing value of $190 million. I know it sounds unbelievable, but stay with me because the history, the value, and the unique circumstances behind this coin are going to leave you amazed. So, let's start by looking at this little piece of history, the 2009 D1 cent coin. On the surface, it looks like your typical modern penny. Nothing special, just a shiny copper-colored coin with Abraham Lincoln's portrait on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But there's more to it than meets the eye at a first glance. This looks like just another penny you could find in your pocket, right? But if you dive into the history of the 2009 D penny, you'll see why it's earned the nickname, the penny worth a fortune. The year 2009 was significant for U.S. coinage. The U.S. Mint issued a series of pennies to commemorate the bicentennial of Abraham Lincoln's birth, as well as the 100th anniversary of the Lincoln cent. This was the first time in 50 years that the design of the penny was altered. The coin was split into 4 different designs, each showcasing a pivotal moment in Lincoln's life. These designs were released throughout the year, starting with the birthplace design in early 2009, followed by the formative years, professional life, and finally, the presidency design. But wait, this is where things get really interesting. The specific coin we're talking about, the 2009 D penny, is part of the second design release, which honors Lincoln's formative years in Indiana. But here's where the real story begins. Now, here's where the mystery kicks in. Despite the 2009 D penny being one of the most circulated coins of the year, it has a unique feature that makes it highly sought after. Some of these pennies were produced with a rare die error. This error, known as the double die or double die error, made these pennies incredibly valuable, skyrocketing their worth beyond what anyone expected. So what exactly is a double die error? Simply put, it means that the minting die was struck twice, resulting in a distorted image on the coin. When this happens, it causes the details, like the letters and numbers, on the coin to appear doubled or split. In the case of the 2009 D penny, this error can be found in the year 2009, where the numbers are noticeably doubled. This double die error is extremely rare. In fact, it's estimated that only a handful of 2009 D pennies with this error exist today, and they've been sold at auction for mind-blowing amounts of money. So, how much is this penny actually worth? Well, the face value of a 2009 D penny is, of course, just 1 cent. But because of the rarity of the double die error, the value of one of these pennies can easily exceed hundreds or even thousands of dollars depending on its condition. But here's where it gets even crazier. A few of these error pennies, especially those in near mint or mint condition, have fetched amounts far greater than anyone could have imagined. Some collectors have even claimed that one of these rare 2009 D double die error pennies could be worth an astonishing $190 million. Now, I know that $190 million might sound like an exaggeration, but in the world of rare coins, crazy prices like this are sometimes achievable. There are a couple of factors at play here. First, you've got to consider just how rare this error is. It's estimated that less than 10 of these 2009 D pennies with a double die error exist. That kind of scarcity drives up the value. Next, the condition of the coin is everything. Collectors prize coins that are in pristine or near mint condition. These coins need to have very few scratches, no signs of wear, and minimal discoloration. The rarer the coin and the better the condition, the more it's worth. Auction houses and rare coin dealers have seen these pennies sell for astronomical amounts, anywhere from $10,000 to several $100,000. While $190 million may be more of an idealized number than a real-life transaction, it shows just how much people are willing to pay for these elusive coins. And it's not just about their intrinsic value. It's also about the thrill of owning something that's incredibly rare. So how do you know if you've got one of these million-dollar pennies? It's not as easy as just looking at the date and hoping for a miracle. You need to closely inspect the coin for that doubling effect, especially on the year 2009, where the doubling is most noticeable. Using a magnifying glass or a loupe will help you spot it. If you find that double die error and the coin's in great condition, you could be holding on to a small fortune. But don't go rushing off to search through your piggy bank just yet. Coin collecting isn't just about looking for errors. There are several factors that affect a coin's value, like the rarity of the mint mark, the year of issue, and any potential errors. If you're serious about collecting rare coins, it's always a good idea to get your coins appraised by a professional. A professional appraiser can help you determine whether a coin's worth something special or just a nice collectible. It's always better to be safe and have an expert confirm what you have. So that's the incredible story of the 2009 D penny with a double die error. From its historical significance as part of Lincoln's bicentennial tribute to its jaw-dropping potential value, this little penny proves that sometimes big things really do come in small packages. If you happen to have one of these rare coins lying around, it might be time to get it checked out. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content about rare coins and other hidden treasures. And hey, who knows? You might just find the next big one in your change. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Happy collecting! Next 2004 D1 cent USA coin. If you've ever thought that pennies are just little scraps of copper worth only 1 cent, today, I'm here to completely change your mind. In this video, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 2004 D1 cent coin, a penny that, believe it or not, could be worth $78 million. Yes, you heard that right. Stick around to find out why the seemingly ordinary penny could make you an incredibly lucky collector. At first glance, the 2004 D penny looks like just another regular coin. On the obverse side, you've got the classic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, and on the reverse, the familiar image of the Lincoln Memorial. The D mint mark tells us that this penny was produced at the Denver Mint. But here's the catch: not all 2004 D pennies are created equal. There's a hidden treasure that's worth far more than its face value. Let's dig into this coin's history and discover what makes it so valuable. Host, holding coin up to the camera. So, what makes the 2004 D penny worth such an extraordinary amount? To understand that, we need to travel back to 2004 and look at how the US Mint was producing pennies during that time. The year 2004 marked an important year in American coinage. It was the 150th anniversary of the birth of Abraham Lincoln, and to honor this, the US Mint decided to release a special set of pennies. The year 2004 saw the release of the first of 4 Lincoln bicentennial designs, celebrating the life and legacy of one of America's most iconic figures for the standard 2004 D penny. The design was similar to the traditional Lincoln Memorial penny that had been minted for decades. This coin has the same composition of 97.5% zinc and 2.5% copper. The US Mint struck billions of these pennies that year, over 7 billion to be exact, which made it a relatively common coin in circulation. But here's the twist: while most 2004 D pennies are relatively easy to find, there's a rare and incredibly valuable error that occurred during the minting process, and that's where the story of the $78 million penny begins. One of the most exciting parts of coin collecting is discovering minting errors. When something goes wrong at the mint and you end up with a coin that shouldn't have made it out of the factory. And that's exactly what happened with certain 2004 D pennies. The error we're talking about here is a double die error. This occurs when the dies used to strike the coins are misaligned during the minting process, causing the images on the coin to be imprinted more than once, creating a double or split effect. For the 2004 D penny, this double die error is most visible in the date 2004 and sometimes in the Liberty or In God We Trust inscriptions. If you closely examine a 2004 D penny with the double die error, you'll notice that the date 2004 is doubled. Each number appears slightly off-center, as if 2 impressions were made instead of 1. This small mistake, which might go unnoticed by the casual observer, has turned out to be the key to unlocking a huge value. But how much is this error worth? Well, you might think that a penny with a minting flaw is only worth a few bucks, maybe even a few hundred, but this particular error has earned itself a reputation for being one of the most valuable pennies out there. Some collectors have been willing to pay millions for this rare double die error, and the highest estimates for a well-preserved specimen could reach a staggering $78 million. To understand why these coins are worth so much, let's break down the rarity and demand for them. First off, double die errors are extremely rare. While the US Mint produces billions of pennies every year, only a tiny fraction of them have minting flaws like this one. the 2004 D double die error is among the rarest, with estimates suggesting that only a handful of these coins were released into circulation. That rarity creates an intense demand from collectors who are willing to pay top dollar for a chance to own one. Now, the condition of the coin also plays a huge role in its value. Pennies in pristine or near-mint condition with sharp doubling effects and minimal wear are worth exponentially more than those that are heavily worn or damaged. So if you happen to come across a 2004 D penny with this double die error and it's in excellent condition, you could have yourself a serious treasure. It's important to know that not every 2004 D penny with the double die error will be worth $78 million. That kind of value is reserved for the highest quality specimens, those in near-perfect condition. But that's not to say that the more common double die error pennies aren't valuable. Some have sold for thousands or tens of thousands of dollars at auction, depending on their condition. If you think you've found a 2004 D penny with a double die error, the next step is to get it graded and appraised by a professional. The most trusted authority for coin grading is the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS. These organizations can assess the coin's condition, authenticity, and value, ensuring you get the right price if you decide to sell. If you're lucky enough to own one of these rare 2004 D pennies, don't rush to spend it. Take it to an expert to see just how valuable it really is. And if you don't have one yet, keep searching through your change, because you never know when you'll find that hidden gem that could make you a fortune. Coins like the 2004 D double die error are just a glimpse into the world of rare coin collecting, where a little bit of luck, knowledge, and patience can turn an ordinary penny into something extraordinary. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just getting started, every coin has a story to tell, and you never know when the next big discovery might happen. So, what do you think about the 2004 D penny? Do you have one hiding in your collection? If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow coin enthusiasts, and don't forget to subscribe for more exciting videos about rare coins and their incredible histories. Until next time, happy collecting and good luck with your searches. Last 2000 D1 cent USA coin if you're a coin collector or just someone interested in finding hidden treasures in your pocket change. You're in for a treat today. We're talking about one of the most valuable pennies in existence, the 2000 D1 cent coin. And guess what? It's worth $26 million. That's not a typo. Stick around because I'm going to break down the incredible history, the error that makes it so valuable, and how you might just have one of these rare pennies sitting in your collection or even in your spare change right now. At first glance, the 2000 D penny looks like just another regular coin. You've got the famous portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. The mint mark D tells us that this coin was struck at the Denver Mint. But don't let its simple appearance fool you. This penny hides a big secret that has turned it into one of the most sought-after and expensive coins in the world. So, what makes the 2000 D penny worth an eye-popping $26 million? To answer that, let's first take a look at the history behind this particular coin and why it's earned its reputation in the world of rare coin collecting. The year 2000 was an important one for U.S. coinage. The United States was celebrating the millennium, the turn of the century, the new millennium, and the 200th anniversary of the Library of Congress. And while the U.S. Mint was focused on commemorating this historic milestone with special coins, the regular 2000 D penny was still being minted in large numbers. This penny, like many others of the time, was produced in huge quantities to meet the demand for everyday currency. Now, if you've ever wondered how the U.S. Mint goes about producing billions of coins each year, you know that sometimes, just sometimes, something can go wrong during the minting process. When that happens, the U.S. Mint ends up producing coins with errors, and these mistakes can turn an otherwise ordinary penny into something incredibly valuable. In the case of the 2000 D penny, a particularly rare die error occurred during its production, resulting in some coins being struck with an unusual flaw. This flaw is known as a close AM error. But what does that mean? You see, normally on a penny, the letters AM in America on the reverse of the coin are spaced apart, giving the appearance of a small gap. However, some of the 2000 D pennies were struck with the letters A and M so close together that they almost appear to be touching. This is the close AM error, and it's extremely rare. Turns out that only a handful of these coins with the close AM error exist today, and that's what makes them so valuable. Now, you might be wondering, why is this error worth so much? Well, this error was likely caused by a mismatch of dies, meaning that the die used for the reverse side of the penny wasn't aligned properly with the front die during the minting process. This slight misalignment caused the AM to appear much closer together than intended. While it might sound like a small issue, in the world of coin collecting, it's a game changer. You might be asking yourself, how could this error result in a coin worth $26 million? Well, as with many rare coins, the rarity and condition of the coin are key. While millions of 2000D pennies were struck, only a small number of these close AM errors made it into circulation. Collectors love rare mistakes, and when you combine the rarity of the error with the coin's age and the demand for it, that's how you end up with a coin worth millions. So what is the value of these coins? While the face value of a 2000D penny is just 1 cent, a 2000D penny with the close AM error has been known to fetch hundreds of thousands to millions of dollars at auction. In fact, the highest price paid for one of these error pennies was around $26 million, which makes this one of the most valuable pennies in the world. The rarity of the error, combined with the ongoing demand among collectors, has made this penny a true prize for anyone lucky enough to find it. Now, you may be wondering, how can you tell if you have one of these rare pennies in your collection or spare change? It's actually quite simple, but you'll need a magnifying glass or loupe to help you spot it. Look closely at the reverse side of the coin, specifically at the word America. Along the bottom, if you see that the A and M are touching or very close together, congratulations. You might have found the rare 2000D penny with the close AM error. Be sure to check the coin's condition as well, because the better the condition, the more valuable the coin. If you think you've found one of these rare pennies, it's always a good idea to get it professionally graded and appraised. Coin grading experts will carefully inspect the coin's condition and authenticity, which can have a huge impact on its value. Reputable grading companies like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can give you an official assessment. But be prepared, if your coin is authenticated and graded highly, it could end up being worth much more than you ever imagined. If you're holding a 2000D penny with the close AM error in pristine condition, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. The world of rare coins is full of surprises, and the 2000D penny is a perfect example of how something as ordinary as a penny can turn into a multi-million-dollar treasure. Whether you're an experienced collector or just getting started, it's always exciting to learn about the history and value behind these special coins. So, what do you think? Have you ever seen a 2000D penny with the close AM error? Or maybe you have one in your collection right now. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of rare coins. Who knows? You might just stumble upon the next big discovery. Thanks for watching, and as always, happy collecting. See you in the next video.